Hello Internet, Demagen here, and welcome back to another video. It is BlizzConline currently, and unlike the Final Fantasy announcement showcase, I did not stay up to watch the entirety of the opening ceremony of BlizzCon, because I'm not that big of a Blizzard fanboy. However, I do keep up to date with their games, and there are some announcements that were made during this time, including this. I haven't watched this yet, incidentally. That's why this is my reaction video. The enduring success of Diablo 2 has always been a bit of a mystery to me, because I never played it. And it wasn't up until last year, and the 20th kind of anniversary thing, that I actually had a crack at Diablo 2, and I managed to play it for about 15 minutes before, if I remember correctly, it started to hurt my eyes because it was such a low frame rate and it was so kind of janky in the teeny tiny window. I did a video on it, and yeah, I played it for maybe 45 minutes to an hour and thought, yay, because it's a 20-year-old game, and you know, I just know. My eyesight is bad enough as it is. There is a reason why I wear glasses. But Blizzard have announced Diablo 2 Resurrected, a timeless classic, remastered version of the quintessential action RPG Diablo 2. Pursue the mysterious Dark Wonder and fight the denizens of hell as you uncover the fate of the primevals in up to 4K, including remastered graphics, everything, classic gameplay, cross progress, so I'm assuming this is going to be on, oh, it says at the top, Windows, Switch, PS5 and 4, Xbox Series X and S, an epic story through 5 acts, updated Battle.net support, and much more. Includes all the content from both Diablo 2 and Lord of Destruction, including all the classes, etc, etc, etc. So, keep in mind that this is coming from the point of view of somebody who basically knows very little about Diablo 2. I know plenty about Diablo 3. I've played 2,000 plus hours of Diablo 3. And I know that Diablo 2, from a systems perspective, is closer to Path of Exile in terms of depth. Obviously, I think I've been fairly vocal about Path of Exile and how much I am not a huge fan of the overwhelming nature of its sphere grid progression system, and how I don't really feel it's very good, especially for somebody trying to get into the game. People have raved about Diablo 2 for years, and I've never really seen, because I've not played it, the appeal. So let's take a look at this trailer and see what this remastered, resurrected thing has to offer. And I'll talk a little bit about their previous remastering efforts after. I'm sure this means something to people that played it.
Lord of Terror.
20 years ago. That looks ever so slightly blurry, but again, it's 1080p. The game defines genre. Check out that 10 frames a second action. Now experience the terror. For a new generation. Oh, that definitely looks better. It still doesn't look amazing, but it's definitely better than it was. But again, it could just be because this video is 1080p. Cross progression. And it will just be nice, realistically, to actually be able to play the game. Druids.
Not even death can save you from me.
2021. So it's coming this year. Okay. Pre-register now. I've already done that. Diablo2.com. Yeah. I mean, when I played it, it was stuck in a tiny, tiny window in the middle of a screen. So there's it's a definite improvement. But I suspect my critique here might be purely based on the fact that this is a 1080p video. Why it's not in 4K, I don't know. If the game's going to be in 4K. I will just be really glad that I can play it without hurting my eyes. Is what it boils down to. You know, I know roughly the story of Diablo 2 because before I started playing Diablo 3, I went and looked it up. Although that's been a few years now. And it is a classic, a timeless classic by all accounts. You know, people are still playing Diablo 2. The question will be, how many changes have Blizzard made? Or whomever they've got to do this remastering. Because, of course, their previous remastering effort, Warcraft 3 Reforged, came with a huge slew of changes that the community weren't particularly appreciative of, and promises in terms of what was going to be in this game that weren't followed through. And I believe actually the team that put together that game has been disbanded and, you know, amalgamated into other parts of Blizzard. So that shows how well that did. Diablo 2 remastered, resurrected, whatever, has been on people's lips for 2-3 years now. How long they've been working on it, I don't know. I expect they were working on it when Diablo 4 was announced. And they probably should have said that they were working on it then. This looks slightly further along than, you know, it's only been 12, 18 months or whatever. 2 years? Is it 2 years now since Diablo 4 was announced? Was it only 1 year? I don't know. Anyway, let's head back to this website, which we can now see all of properly. Oh, as you can tell, it's 8:47 in the morning on the Saturday here. So what do we have? News. Oh, I love it when they do this. I really like these side-by-side slider things. So they've kept the... They've kept the slightly awkward 8-directional movements. They've kept the... Well, they've kept everything. It's supposed to be a remaster. The fire effects obviously look a lot better. And they've gone for a kind of proper square. I'm wondering whether this is based on the same engine as D4 is. Because it doesn't look the same as D3. And also, is the viewport slightly different? It looks like in the new version, it's tilted slightly further back. You know, if you take a look at the fire pits, it looks like it's just a slightly different angle. And the walls are shallower as well because I think of the angle. Oh, there's a toggle. Sorry, I should have read this. Fearsome Demons, Brave Adventurers, and the World of Sanctuary Resurrected marvel at the denseness of this world up to Ultra HD, remastered, or enjoy the original Diablo 2 old school style at the press of a button with the legacy toggle. So they've had to put a lot of work in there. I do like legacy toggles. Yeah, now that's definitely more atmospheric. Now those look a lot like the fog effects from Diablo 3. But the lighting on the spells looks a lot more like what we've seen from D4. So maybe they're using the same engine. Why anybody would want to toggle, actually, for the old school mode, actually, having played this, I don't know. Looked good. I have no idea where these places are, obviously. See, that looks a lot better with the less obvious kind of ground tiling. But again, all of this is brand new to me because I've played 45 minutes of Diablo 2. But it's definitely an improvement. Yeah, see, I don't think you can get that kind of reflective light in Diablo 3, can you? Some of the enemies still seem to be slightly lower frame rates. But you can see, again, the slightly tilted angle of things. It seems to be, slightly further back. Cool. Classes. Each class in Diablo Resurrected has access to 30 unique skills. So we've got the Amazon, Assassin, Necromancer, Barb, very basic, Paladin, Sorceress, Druid. I don't know whether there were going to be customization options or different gender options for these, or whether they're just going to be locked to... But I assume it's Amazon. You can only be female. Keep your progress wherever you play with planned cross progression. Loot across all supported platforms. Requires a separate D2 Resurrected purchase for each supported platform, because of course it does, so you'll need to buy it on everything. That is a nice upgraded UI. And actually, that's not in 4K, that's in higher than 4K. But we've got controller support here, which is nice. See, now, if the trailer had looked like this, that would obviously have been better. Exhumed gameplay features. An array of features have been unearthed to aid you using your journey. Revamped ladder seasons. Redesigned UI. That's a lot of stats. And I assume this is all roughly the same, just in higher resolution. Expanded stash. More space for more loot. Full stop. The original personal stash has been expanded. We've added a shared stash tab. So they've got quality of life. Transfer gear easily between heroes. No mules required. I believe these are runes or something like that. Potions. These look a little bit weird in terms of resolution. Something about the shadows on the icons. Different gems. But again, I know nothing about Diablo 2. So, bring your own army. Diablo 2 Resurrected features cooperative gameplay supporting up to 8 players, and each player also has access to 1 mercenary. Is that new? I don't know. Yeah, there's something about a lack of shadowing on these enemies that is making them stand out a little bit badly in terms of the world around them. I do like the grass, though. And the effects are quite nice. Hammer time. Fishymancer. You know, I'm sure that for a lot of Diablo 2 players, this was how they saw the game when they first started playing it. Obviously, it doesn't look like this anymore, but in their heads, this is what it looks like. But of course, I didn't have that benefit. Evil has survived. Yeah. So there we go. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Looks decent. Looks decent. And more importantly, I'm just glad that I will be able to actually play it. Because as I said, I haven't been able to. The issue will be whether they change too many things and promise too many things, just like Warcraft 3 Reforged did. Oh, and I won't know because I haven't played it, but I did play Warcraft 3 a lot. So I know how frustrated people were with the changes to that and the promises, the broken promises for that. Whether it's got any better or not, I don't know because I never actually bought it. Which is a shame because I really wanted to, but I held off. And turns out it was a good thing that I did, at least on launch. Maybe it's better now. These are just taking us down to, yeah. So there we are, folks. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Let me know in the comments down below if you are excited for this. I'm quite excited. I'm quite hyped. Wish they'd shown the video in 4K. So I think that would have had a much better impression. Until next time. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.